Hey, folks, and welcome back. Again, we'd like to thank Nick Kelly of Southwestern University for joining us. And if you're not following us on social media, make sure you do so. We're on Facebook at BTP Sports Talk. We're on Twitter at BTP Sports. We're on Instagram at BTP_sports. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Bring the Pain Sports. And also, do me a favor and subscribe to my fan page, Mitchell Brock. You'll see me there. Can't miss my mug. So, we're back. And me and Jolivet are here. Of course, it's just me and Jolivet today. It's just me and Jolivet today. It's spring break. We got guys traveling, but this is BTP, baby, so we're going to make it do what it do. Make it do what it do, baby. Y'all already. So we're going to talk some NFL football right now. Last time we filmed, we only had a couple of blockbuster moves. But in the 2 weeks since we filmed, a whole lot has jumped off. The biggest, of course, being here in Houston, the biggest thing that's jumped off is the face of not just the franchise, but really the face of the city of Houston when it comes to sports. You know, finally hung up his Texans jersey, and that's Andre Johnson.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Tell me why you don't blame him, Damian.
Man, you mean to tell me I'm going to spend my whole 11, 12-year career rebuilding? I want to win something.
Amen.
I'm tired. Hey, look, yes, you pay me. Right now for him, it's not about the money.
Nope.
He wants to win. He came from Miami where they were used to winning national championships, winning tradition, and he came here and sucked for 12 years with the franchise. He didn't suck personally, but as a franchise, they sucked. And they sucked horribly bad. I mean, they sucked like, I can't even say what I want to say bad. And they still continue to suck. I mean, I don't even know what Rick Smith doing over there in Texan land. But it's time for him to win. Yeah. And he wanted to go to where he had a quarterback that can get him the ball and get him the ball on time consistently. And that's what they have lacked, and he went somewhere where he can get that.
Right. Now, his last couple of years with the Texans, I thought he was going to change his number and be DB because with Matt Schaub, he was chasing receivers after interceptions more than he was actually catching passes. You know what I mean? He was chasing DBs after all the pick sixes, man. But
Fitzpatrick can't help because he can't get the ball to him no way.
No. Now the Texans brought in what's
Brian Hoyer.
Hoyer from Cleveland.
Oh my God.
How you feel about that?
Well, I mean, what you mean how I feel about it? It's great for me. I'm not a Texan fan, but I mean, for the Houston fan base, I mean, they're looking like, what? Brian Hoyer? I mean, didn't this guy just come off a knee injury? Didn't he just come on. I mean, you have Ryan Mallett who has a strong arm. The only thing is he was so doggone strong that he tore his pec muscle during warm-ups. Yep. Now, you have Tom Savage. Okay, well, he was a rookie last year.
Right.
But you bring in Brian Hoyer. I don't understand what they're trying to do. I mean, maybe it must be something that we don't see. I guess Bill O'Brien is trying to do what his old boss is doing. I guess he's trying to call himself Belichicking.
No, he's not Belichicking.
And he's definitely
not even close.
I mean, they're getting the Patriots leftovers by getting Vince Wilfork.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that next.
I mean, but that's typical of every Houston team. I mean, the Rockets did it when they got Charles Barkley and Clyde Drexler.
Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, they did that. Robert Horry.
He was original.
Yeah, he was original.
With the championship
But,
teams.
I mean, the baseball team, they do it too.
Yeah. Now, I do think Vince Wilfork is a good move. In the 3-4 scheme, of course, like we talked about off the air, you need that big stud that I was a nose tackle, and you got one job.
Clog up both A-gaps.
That's it. Blow that center
Just stand up and just stand up there and clog up both A-gaps and create a pile.
Yep, that's it. Blow those, and nobody does that better than Big Vince. You know, my Lions went and signed Haloti Ngata, which I was happy about the move, but it makes me wonder, like, you know, he's primarily a 3-tech, 1-tech. You know, I'm sorry, he's a nose tackle. Our defensive tackles play in the 3 and the 1-tech, so I'm wondering.
Because he's used to playing in the 3-4, and he came from a 4-3 hybrid kind of a defense.
Yeah. I mean, but you can put him in, you can gap him.
Yeah.
You can gap him, and he'll get it done. Now back to the Colts, though. They also brought in Frank Gore from the Niners. Now, mind you, the Colts already went to the AFC Championship already. Now, they got it handed to him pretty good by Brady and the boys. And Tom Brady is, he's the what?
He's the Tupac of the NFL.
And why is that?
Make you famous.
That's right. So that had to get you one to throw in there.
Make you famous. No.
Nah, but so with that being said, they also got rid of Trent Richardson. He's going to Oakland now.
Yeah.
Where people go to die.
Maurice Jones-Jr. just died there, so.
Yeah, he couldn't stay healthy. But he been injury prone since he was in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You know, and matter of fact, speaking of Jacksonville, they went and got Julius Thomas. Now, to go from the Broncos, where you're playing with Peyton Manning and you're a contender every year. Of course, year before last they went to the Super Bowl, and last year they went to the AFC divisional game.
Right.
The Colts knocked them out. To leave from that to go to arguably the worst team in football, the Jags, that's obviously a money move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Peyton gets you paid, and Tom Brady make you famous.
Now let me ask you this: money or rings? What are you chasing if you're in the NFL?
Depends on what year I'm in.
If you're Julius Thomas, he's a second or third year player?
I'm chasing money right now.
Chasing the money.
I'll worry about the ring later.
Do like Andre Johnson. Get your money.
Get your money.
Get the stab.
Get your weight up.
Now,
and go get your ring.
Now, do you think that Julius Thomas is what he's cracked up to be, or do you think Peyton Manning made him like he's done so many other guys?
Well, the interesting thing about that is that Peyton Manning makes everybody look good.
True.
Because you have to realize when you sign Peyton Manning, you sign the offensive coordinator, the signal caller, and you sign the guy that's going to run practice every single day. Because the whole thing is this: if you sign number 18, you're not running practice. That guy is.
Pretty much.
Coach
on the field.
Yeah, he's going to tell you how to run your route, when to cut it up, when to take off, how to break it down, what to look for. The coach is not doing anything. They sitting over there on the side, spinning tobacco, chewing with a bubble gum.
That's it. Now,
so, with that being said, it's a money move for Julius Thomas. He's not going to be nowhere near the same caliber of tight end or receiver that he was in Denver as he is going to be in Jacksonville.
First of all, they don't even run that same type of system.
No.
They don't run that wide open system. They like to run the ball with Toby Gerhart and Denard Robinson from Michigan. Go Blue. Now, I had to get one in there, Rich. To throw one in there. Oh. Now, speaking of Richard Walker, the Philadelphia Eagles acquired 2 new running backs. One of them, Ryan Matthews from the San Diego Chargers. How you feel about that one?
You know what? Chip Kelly is trying to run the Eagles as if it's the Oregon Ducks. He wants these. I mean, this is just my honest opinion.
That's BTP,
he wants these guys that are going to come in and act like it's a college program. Chip, look at me right here. You're coaching grown men now. These men know how to play football. They're getting paid to do it, and they're getting paid more than you to do this.
Right.
You can't come in there and control every single body. You got rid of Deshaun Jackson the year before last because he had a quote-unquote attitude problem and he burned you behind.
He went 8.
Went 8 nuts. and he took you to D's University.
Yeah, he did.
And told you to do all other explicit content with it.
Now, the other back that the Eagles brought in was offensive MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, not MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, DeMarco Murray. From the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
I know Rich is very upset about that. Because when he was in here a little early, he said, you know what, DeMarco who? DeMarco, who? I don't even know what you're talking about. You know who DeMarco Murray is, Richard. And he was the bruiser. Now, I do agree with this. I like the move for their short yardage and their ground and pound, but they're not that ground and pound offense. I don't know if he's going to be as agile. Now, he can sure have some thump with you between the first and the second line, but when he gets out there in the open field, he's not a guy that's going to break away from you.
No.
Not at all.
Now,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they have him shed about 10, 15 pounds just so he can get faster.
Now, I'll tell you this. The Philadelphia Eagles, their weakness was probably their offensive line. Okay, because like Chip Kelly likes those small, agile linemen, and they're light in the tail. Now, he's not going to be running behind. I mean, that Dallas Cowboys offensive line last year, the past couple of years, as a matter of fact, best in the league.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost looked like, no disrespect to the 90s line, but those guys look very, very similar.
They're the closest thing to it.
They're
the closest
similar.
thing to that 90s line.
So, now, do you think that he brought Matthews in to kind of take a little bit of the load off Murray so that he doesn't have to carry the ball 20, 25 times a game? Do you think that's going to help? Ryan Matthews can always stay on the field himself.
It's going to help, but the quarterback that he brought in, Sam Bradford.
Oh, I was going to get on that next.
You have a quarterback that plays with his feet stuck in concrete.
That's why I keep getting hurt.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You bring in Sam Bradford. Of course, okay, when he came out, he was number 1 overall, 6 years, $78 million, $50 million guaranteed. But you're talking about a guy that has not been proven. Hey, look. If we're talking about the Eagles week 8 and Sam Bradford's still the quarterback, then they're obviously Chip Kelly knows something that we don't know.
Now, do you think that beside the injuries, just from a football perspective, do you think Bradford is a good fit for that system?
No. Because you have to be able to move as a quarterback in that system.
That's right.
Because it's all predicated upon moving. And you have to think about this. In that spread offense, there are going to be some unblocked guys.
Yeah, make somebody.
And you're going to take some hits.
Yeah.
Because, okay, the whole thing is let that guy go, and we're going to make the quarterback make a decision. And if he comes down, you pitch it. If he goes with the running back, you keep it and you run up field. Now, and he's not going to make those. He's not going to make it.
Now, my personal opinion is when I heard that they acquired, first of all, the fact that they got rid of Foles. I mean, they got rid of Sanchez for Foles. Mm-hmm. They got rid of Michael Vick for Foles. Mm-hmm. So you're thinking, now, if there was any quarterback that was within their grasp that was perfect for Chip Kelly's system, I would think it was Michael Vick.
Michael Vick.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he does. Now, I thought that when they brought in Sam Bradford that he was going to be trade bait. Mm-hmm. And Chip Kelly claims that Cleveland, he said somebody offered me a first-round pick for Sam Bradford. Later on, we found out it was the Cleveland Browns. So, and I still don't put it past him. I think he wants Mariota. I think what he's going to do is hold his horses to the last minute and get that pick to
bring
draft,
his own boy
to draft Mariota. Right? What do you think about that?
You know what? So much stuff happens behind the scenes with the GMs and the coaches. Now, if you allowing Chip Kelly to run the team and be a GM, I mean, it's not going to work. Yeah. Because he's going to have to coach people and pick up people that he would not recruit if he was at Oregon.
Right, and that's the problem. He's recruiting.
He's recruiting. He still has that college mentality.
He does.
He's not going to get every single guy. Chip Kelly, I'm sorry, you can't offer him 35 different uniform combinations. It's not going to work. You can't be like, hey, look, we're going to wear chrome helmets and all yellow tomorrow. Yeah. And have these lockers with ventilated systems and stuff. You're not at in Nike Town anymore.
Right.
Sorry.
Now, we'd be remiss to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles without mentioning the passing of Philadelphia's Eagle, Chuck Bednarik, who passed away this morning. So we'd like to send our condolences to the Bednarik family and the Philadelphia Eagles organization. You youngsters, we don't remember him playing, actually. I mean, he was 89 years old when he passed. But if you follow historical football, Chuck Bednarik was an absolute stud, man. First and foremost, the guy went both ways. He played center, and he played middle linebacker.
Yeah.
And he's most known, if you watch classic sports, he's most known for knocking the you-know-what out of Frank Gifford. You remember that clip? Frank Gifford was coming across the middle. He gave him some, and then he stood over him. And that's you see that clip and that picture all over the place.
Right.
Now, he was a 10-time All-Pro player. He was an 8-time Pro Bowler, 2 NFL championships, which there was no Pro Bowl at that time. Right. It was just NFL championships. He played from 1949, dang, my mother was 3 years old, to 1962. So he actually played in 3 different decades, both ways now. Started, wasn't no filling in. He was the starting center and the starting middle linebacker.
And that was when you played football, you played football.
Them back then, the referees' flags, they grew mold.
Nothing.
Yeah, they grew mold because they didn't throw them. That's right.
Seemed like a fair play to me.
That's real football, man. And of course, he's a Hall of Famer, and we just wanted to send our condolences for that. Now, of course, the team to watch, in my opinion, is the Buffalo Bills. Now, they wasn't half bad last year.
All right.
Okay, they were around, I can't remember the exact record. I want to say 7-9, 8-8, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere close.
They were around 500.
Right.
Now, they've added, of course, the new coach.
Sexy Rexy.
Rex Ryan. And they got Shady McCoy. We all know that. Now, they've also added Charles Clay, the tight end from the Miami Dolphins.
Right.
And they brought in Percy Harvin. And they also brought in Matt Castle. Matt Castle from
yeah, but Todd Haley destroyed him in Kansas City.
He did.
Yeah,
my mistake, not Castle, Christian Ponder.
Okay, from Minnesota.
Yeah. So now, do you think that Percy Harvin's off the field stuff? He's a good player. Everybody knows that. Do you think that he's going to bring a bad vibe into that Buffalo locker room?
Well, you got to understand something about Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan is a player's coach. Okay, Pete as well as Pete Carroll is. But they have a different way of doing it. Pete Carroll is a rah-rah guy, let's cheer you on. Rex Ryan is, hey, look, I'm going to talk trash along with you.
Right.
And I'm going to back you up, and I will take the blame for everything. So I think that he may have more success underneath Sexy Rexy than he would have Pete Carroll.
Right.
And because, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson is a blue-collar, by-the-book kind of guy. But Percy Harvin is a I don't want to say, you know, just, hey, look, do it my way and this is the way we're going to do it.
He's a Florida boy.
Yeah. Which arrogant.
That's how they get down.
There it is.
Yep.
Florida boys, arrogant.
That's how they get down.
And so, but Rex Ryan can handle that because he's one of those kind of guys. So I think that they'll mesh pretty well in that locker room. I don't think there'll be too much strife or anything. You know, Percy's going to be Percy. I mean, you can't change the person, but what you can do is channel it and help direct to where they put put the influence on those things at. So I think it can work. If he screws up here, he's screwed.
And the interesting thing about it is, of course, Rex Ryan came from the Jets. That's what Percy Harvin was last year.
Yeah.
So he actually reached out and brought him in. So that's kind of an indication that he's saying, okay, I can handle this guy. Okay, now let me ask you this. Again, going back to the Eagles for just a second, Jeremy Maclin. Went and signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. As we talked about last show, the Kansas City Chiefs went an entire season without having a wide receiver catch a touchdown pass, which I don't even know how that's even possible.
Oh, no.
But do you think that Maclin to the Chiefs is going to help their offense out?
With Andy Reid and Jeremy Maclin reunited again.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't care what nobody says. He may not have won the big dance yet, but Andy Reid is about almost the ultimate quarterback whisperer in this league right now. Will they get the ball to Jeremy Maclin? Yeah, they will. But they're going to need more than Jeremy Maclin to get some touchdowns.
Right.
So you just can't have one guy just be like, hey, look, I want Jeremy Maclin. Because, shoot, anybody can cover one person.
I don't say anybody, but, you know.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you're going to need more than Jeremy Maclin in order to open up that cannon.
Right.
On the right side of Alex Smith's arm.
Right. And then you got, you know, Jamal Charles, which if he could ever just stay on the field, you know, he stays hurt a lot. And Dwayne Bowe is still a free agent. I don't think he signed with anybody yet.
Well, they're talking about going to the Browns, but
what's the point of that when you got no quarterback? I mean, they brought in Josh McCown, but yeah. But we'll finish that up on the other side of this break.
Is he getting out of rehab anytime?
Yeah, I know. Right? Oh yeah, we definitely gonna talk about him on the other side of this break. So BTP Sports, we'll be right back.